I try to be as objective as I possibly can when watching hockey, no matter what. I try to analyze with facts and data, but no matter what happens, I am always going to be a Leaf fan. I'm always going to be biased. Everybody has their bias. No matter what happens, everybody has their bias. In my opinion, this was an absolute disaster by the Toronto Maple Leafs, this Game 5. We have seen this time and time again. Now, you can call this whatever you want to call this. You can call this, the Stars not stepping up. Everybody has a narrative that they want to get. Joe Wall not being good enough. I mean, they're hardly scoring at all over the past 2 games, right? Like, I'm currently recording this in the 3rd period and Matt Murray is in net. This is just simply not good enough. This is absolute nonsense. The first period was absolutely brutal. I mean, Matthews and Marner were absolute ghosts in this game. Like, they're just absolute ghosts, not doing absolutely anything. I'm sorry, for a guy that wants... I mean, listen, Mitch Marner wants what? What does he want? 14, 13 million, whatever the hell this guy wants on the open market. And he's playing like this. I'm sorry, he has not looked good to me at all. Marner has not looked good to me. The funny thing is, the narrative is still the same. That when the chips are down, like maybe Nylander didn't play good all the way through this playoffs, but what I find with William Nylander, when the chips are down, he actually plays his best. I didn't think he was fantastic, but at least he was the one guy that showed a little bit of something. He had a couple of breakaways and showing some speed. And the funny thing is Paul Maurice actually agrees with what I'm saying right now, because he's been trying to match his best players against William Nylander and trying to shut him down. He doesn't even care about Matthews and Marner. He's not even showing them respect right now. It literally doesn't even matter. This is what Paul Maurice thinks. So again, it's crazy to me how such talented players can consistently never show up in the big games, ever. They just don't do it. Now, here's the thing. I want to know the question of this video. Do you guys genuinely think that the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to win Game 6? Do you think they have a chance? For me, I just don't believe they even have a snowball's chance in hell. Like, I just don't believe that. I picked the Panthers in 6, and it's looking like my prediction is actually going to come true. I mean, obviously, with the Leafs taking the first 2 games, it's really, really, really difficult to swallow this and be like, dude, come on. How the heck can you not... I mean, even take 3 games off of the Panthers. So obviously I'm hoping that they can do something in Florida, but I just can't see it. Now, here's the thing. You have to give the Florida Panthers a lot of credit. They are a really, really, really good team, right? They're very good at playoff style hockey. They're very good at simple but effective hockey in general. And what I find is that the Maple Leafs, when they meet teams like this that play effective playoff style hockey, they just have a lot of difficulty matching up against them. They have a lot of difficulty with physical teams. They have a lot of difficulty with teams that play the right style of hockey. And I don't know, what do you do? But at the end of the day, you pay your top guys to be able to match up against those guys, to be able to still score points anyway. And again, a lot of Leaf fans are pointing to the fact that, Matthews has so many points. It doesn't matter, man. The guy's hardly scoring any goals. It doesn't matter. The guy scored almost 70 goals last year, and you're telling me that he can't score in this series? It doesn't matter. If you want to be paid the big bucks, if you want to say that you're a Stanley Cup team, you have to show up in the big times, and they simply do not. Now, I want to know what you guys think the word for that performance would be. The number one word that I would call this performance is gutless. It's gutless. It's soulless. A lot of players in the NHL are supposed to be, gutless millionaires that don't really care. And this is what I think this was. They just don't look like they have any passion. They didn't look like they showed up at all. They just up and down. They just weren't very good. Honestly, I will be honest. I am very jealous of the Florida Panthers. Like, they are an excellent hockey team. And The one thing that I find pathetic about the Maple Leafs more than anything is they are obsessed with trying to re-sign Mitch Marner. Like, they are obsessed with it. This entire season, they have been trying to engage with Mitch Marner. And this is from insiders saying this as well, that they've been trying to engage and trying to negotiate with Mitch Marner. And Mitch Marner is the one that hasn't wanted to go negotiate with them. That's why my opinion this whole time was been that Mitch Marner is walking. Here's my opinion. I think it's pathetic that they are trying to negotiate with Mitch Marner. Honestly, if I was them, I would just be sitting back and saying, okay, show us what you can do in the playoffs. Show us what you can do in the playoffs. The fact that the Leafs aren't even willing... I just find it pathetic that the Leafs aren't willing to say, hey, show us what you got right now. Show us what you got right now. That they're willing to re-sign this guy without any playoff success. How can you do that to Leaf fans? Showing that you're going to re-sign this guy, probably give him a ticket of like $14 million or whatever the heck this guy wants, without hardly any big playoff performances. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to disrespect the Ottawa Senators. The Ottawa Senators are a good up-and-coming team, but you were expected to beat that team, okay? And they took them down in 6 games, okay, whatever. But you were expected to beat that team. And I'm sorry, you won the Atlantic. You should have been better than that. You, at the very least, even if you lose these games, let's say you lose against the Panthers, you just can't show up being gutless. That's the biggest thing with me. In this third period, for example, that I'm watching now, and they're now down 6-0, you just can't be gutless, and that's exactly what they've been. I've never seen stars that have an inability to play playoff-style hockey like this. Never seen it. They just can't do it. And I honestly don't know where the franchise goes from here. I do not now. Obviously, there's another game to play. Like, the Florida Panthers need to complete the 4th victory. I just can't imagine them beating Florida at this point, especially when you look at the stats of when teams win the 5th game or something like that. I think that in Game 5 victories, like the team goes on to win like 72% of the time or something like that. So I can't imagine anything good coming from this. Anyways, I'm going to end the video there. I just wanted to rant about this absolute nonsense. If you guys can make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that, guys, and make sure to have a great day. Goodbye.